Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your July 2017 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. Okay, so I've been separating my piles with my method of non-shuffling or semi-shuffling. So anyway, this is a general focus. It's funny, I picked that King of Swords for the tarot portion of my new moon reading in Cancer last night. Awesome. Okay, so what we have at the heart of the matter is this guy, King of Swords. Who is this in your life? Is this your boss? Is he in his head? Is he he could be very fair and not play favorites. But he might not be warm and fuzzy. He might keep a distance. He might be an Aquarius. That was the first thought that popped into my head. The other air signs are Gemini and Libra. But at least Libra schmooze it up. And Geminis are very chatty Cathy-esque. But you have Aquarians can be quite aloof, especially if they have Capricorn in their charts. This guy can be very fatherly, might even be a father that's somehow figuring into your life, might be the father of your child. Let's go on and we'll see more about this person. The past position, we have the Ten of Wands. Anthony Lewis, in his book Tarot Plain and Simple, calls this the burdens of success. Okay, working very hard. Maybe you're making a lot of money, it doesn't matter, but you're like risking burnout because you're just working. And you might have a boss that's like, whatever, I don't care. We got to get this done. That's why I say he may be out of touch with his feelings. And some, you know how some of these people are. They're like that. And you don't know if you can take it anymore. If these are people in a romantic life, this could be the father of your child. I got the exact same cards in position for, what was it? I just did the sign. Was it Leo or Virgo? I just forget as soon as I do it. But one of the other signs is the King of Swords and the, oh no, but I don't think it was the King of Swords. I think it was the King of Wands. But I did get the Six of Cups with the other one too in that same position. So I think what's happening is that maybe some of you have been trying to make something work with somebody who just doesn't have the, this could be a spouse too, because I see the Judgment card, okay? And this is someone who they're closed off to their feelings for whatever reason. They may have gotten hurt a long time ago. Maybe they never even shared it with you, even if they're your spouse. Maybe they lost a parent when they were young and they're just emotionally scarred and really they're damaged goods. But they may be very successful at the same time. It's weird how that works out. When you say somebody's damaged goods, you think that they're just completely, messed up, and it doesn't have to be that way. And then we have this card that represents childhood and nostalgia. For some people, it could be realizing that you're not doing what you want to do. You're working very hard and you're not doing what you want to do. But I was thinking about that father figure with the swords. And a lot of times when you work for somebody else, the authority figure is someone that in the past would have been your parent, and maybe you project all of that onto this boss. And if it happens to be a male, you could remind you of your father, and that could be good, that could be not so good. I think that with the 10 of Wands in the past position, it's like struggling to try to prove your worth to somebody and not having it pan out, not being able to benefit from that. Because that King of Swords may be withholding their affection or approval. That's their power play. So you could be trying to beat your brains in, trying to show what a good employee you are, and meanwhile the person's just standing above you and shaking their head no matter what you try to do. So that could be causing conflict, because the Six of Cups could be reminding you of how you have always felt like this. The Six of Cups can also be a soulmate card. So if you're with someone who perhaps you've tried to make it work, you may be still thinking about, when am I going to meet my soulmate? And of course, Sagittarius, we have had Saturn transiting through our sign. So that can also bring up issues regarding challenging things that feel like we cannot escape them, responsibilities. And for Sagittarians, responsibility is really a challenging issue, because as fire signs, we like to be free. We like to feel like we have that sense of autonomy in our lives, and I think we do. But there's always this rebellious quality in Sagittarius. And when it comes to like any issue around authority figures, there can automatically be this kind of reactionary counterpart. And it's important not to react. It's important to act, though. If you're in a situation that isn't good, of course it's important to act. But we look at the higher message and we get a feeling of why it's so hard to act. Five of Pentacles, Mercury in Taurus, rigid thinking, lack consciousness. For some people, neglecting the spiritual. For Sagittarius, to neglect the spiritual is for Taurus to neglect money matters. It's just built into our DNA to be philosophical. So if you're the kind of person who pushes it away, it might be because you were raised in a religion that made you feel oppressed. But don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, obviously. And in these times, in these challenging times, you may need to lean on that kind of philosophical framework in order to deal with your life most effectively, really. With limited thinking, it can run the gamut, but one of the big ones in romance is feeling that there's nobody out there for you. If you're looking for your soulmate and you have this current relationship that may be not good, you may be talking yourself out of expecting more from a relationship. And that can just create more and more problems. And of course, something's got to give eventually. That 10 of Wands person who is struggling, eventually that person collapses. And relationships that are really not good eventually collapse of their own weight, dead weight. So when you can be the instigator of choosing how you live your life as much as possible, I think you automatically feel empowered. When you wait for outer events run their course, of course it's harder for you to control the outcome. So the challenge card is the Judgment card. And this is kind of what I'm alluding to when I'm talking about all these things, about things running their course. The Judgment card is about karma. What you sow, so shall you reap. Even if you're a person who feels that you are a victim in a relationship, that somebody is being cruel even, maybe somebody is not being affectionate, or they are overly critical. I have the King of Swords in the upright position, but even still, that could indicate somebody out of touch with his emotional side, and that automatically will lend itself to cruelty sometimes, that detachment. But not seeing your part in it, just focusing on how bad a deal you have. And that's where I think things go awry. The more you can totally see what led up to a certain situation, the better the chances are that you are going to not make the same mistake in the future. And people always talk about blaming the victim, but we have to remember that even perpetrators are victims at some point, because they may have had the same kind of things done to them and they really don't know how else to act. That doesn't excuse negative behavior, but it just explains it better so that people don't get stuck in that cycle of being the victim. There's no glory in being a victim. And the Judgment card is about rebirth, going through the fire. But if you're still in this situation, it's like you're half in and half out. It's like total loose ends. And, you know, maybe some of you are in the process of getting divorced or separating yourself from a partner, but there are other factors involved. The King of Swords might even be like a judge or some kind of a decision. And maybe it's like being held up for some reason. So whatever happens, just realize that as long as you're willing to move forward, everything else will as well. The advice or what's coming in, I think it's what's coming in, the Ace of Swords, new beginnings. Seeing things clearly, having that clarity of vision, that you can see exactly what may have gone wrong in the past, what exactly is happening right now. In terms of your work life, you're forging a new path, and maybe it's going to involve staying where you are and saving up a certain amount of money. Maybe it's going to involve leaving tomorrow, but you're not on the fence any longer. During the month of July, you may go through a lot of changes where you feel sometimes that you're stuck, and then you feel that you finally have gained that clarity and you know what you need to do. The Ace of Swords can also be a new relationship with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the outcome is family, harmony, marriage, you know, like a commitment, love, happiness, all the good things in life. This may be not in the month of July. Maybe it's down the line. Maybe you're going to go to a wedding and these cards are actually opposite what they should be, and the wedding leads you to meet somebody that is a new relationship. But I think that you gain clarity in July, Sag, and I think that the ultimate manifestation of that is a feeling of emotional satisfaction. And that's what you've been looking for. It's right below the Six of Cups. That what might have been missing in a former relationship, in a former business arrangement. I was even thinking that the Ten of Cups can possibly mean joining forces with family members for a business venture. Usually with that, it's the Ten of Pentacles, but who knows? Maybe there is this family connection to something you decide to get involved with, but it makes you very happy nonetheless. So I'm going to leave it there, Sag, and I hope that you have a great July. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. It will take you to RainaMoonAstrology.com. Take care of yourselves. Bye.